What is up, Insaners? We are back with another video on the Euro 2020 Fantasy Football. Guys, today we'll cover our team selection along with some of the best captain picks to go for each day of the round of 16. Not a lot of time before the new match day starts, guys, and make sure you lock in your teams. If you want any help regarding what fixtures and players to target and what should be your strategy in case you have or don't have your wildcard, then do check out our other video that we did on the same thing yesterday, guys. That should help you get a good team in place. One last thing before we start, guys, if you like today's video, make sure you show us your support and hit the like button, guys. You can also subscribe to our channel if you're interested in regular fantasy content. We are aiming to hit 1,000 subscribers before the new FPL season begins, and please help us get there, guys. It'll be awesome. Great, so now let's straight away get into our team then. Though I'm pretty confident about the entire team, but there might be a change or two before the round of 16 deadline, guys. Plus, we made this team with no wildcard to play in the quarters or the semi-finals, so do keep that in mind. Guys, we'll also talk about some picks and a few risks that you can take if you have your wildcard available, so don't worry, it's looking good to be honest, and let's go. Honestly, guys, if you don't have your wildcard available, then the amount of risk you can take is limited, and that is why we've gone for safer picks in goal. Now, Italy has a very strong defense, and if you want to play safe, then having Donnarumma in goal makes a lot of sense. There's a reason he's the most owned keeper in the game. I feel that trend will continue. He has kept clean sheets in all the group games, guys. Now Italy's defense is looking very solid, and I personally don't think that the Austrian attack will trouble Donnarumma. Guys, if Italy go through, they will play either Belgium or Portugal. Again, both have good attacks, but I think Italy is very much capable of keeping a couple of clean sheets here. The other keeper we have gone with is the Netherlands option, Stecklenburg. Now, in case if you're looking to save money, guys, and you want to invest a bit more in attack or midfield, but are looking for a clean sheet potential, then I think Stecklenburg is a great option to have. He's facing Czech Republic in the round of 16 and has a possible clash against one of Wales or Denmark, so maybe a couple of clean sheets there. Now, I know a lot of managers don't trust the Dutch defense, at least from a clean sheet perspective, but I think if you are looking to play safe and go a bit long term, then Stecklenburg is your guy. He will also be quite highly owned, guys, so if you're doing catch up, then probably look somewhere else. I personally don't like to spend too much money on keepers, but if you have the wildcard with you, then probably take a chance with Lloris from France, who also has a pretty nice game against Switzerland, or even Simon, who faces Croatia. Guys, we also have Olsen from Sweden, who's a part of a pretty tight defense. Whatever you do, make sure you're happy with your choices, as you would not want to spend an extra transfer changing your goalkeeper in the next round at least. Trust me, guys, it's just not worth it. Great, now let's look at some defenders. We'll talk about some really attacking ones that are kind of a must-have, and then cover some risky ones if you have your wildcard left. Our first defender is Denzel Dumfries from Netherlands, guys. I feel he's a must-have. Now, Netherlands have a really good round and a decent quarterfinal as well. Dumfries is the top scoring defender in the game so far with 22 points. Guys, I really don't have to tell you, we have seen how attacking he is. Now, from a fantasy point of view, he is a dream pick to have, guys. There's a slight risk with him in terms of getting subbed off early, but I think Netherlands would like to put this game to bed, and you would never know with these knockout games, right? They could be tight. Nevertheless, get him in your team and you won't regret it. Guys, the second player that is a must-have in our team is Spinazzola from Italy. Now, he's another excellent fantasy pick. Italy's defense has been rock solid, and Austria don't have the best of attacks. Surely there is a clean sheet here. Like Dumfries, guys, Spinazzola is also pretty attacking, so you can get an assist, maybe even a goal from him. You never know, but I feel Italy's defense can be trusted, and we are going ahead with him. Now, guys, there is a case to be made that you can also double up on the Italy defense. I mean, have two defenders rather than Donnarumma and a defender. You can absolutely do that, guys. I think Florenzi is still injured, and Di Lorenzo should start against Austria. Guys, if you ask me, he's quite a cheap option around the 5 million price range. I think Toloi won't start, so you probably can avoid him. You can also avoid the other centre backs because they don't have a high point ceiling. Now, a third playing defender in our starting 11 is Joachim Mela. Another super attacking defender, guys. He is, in my opinion, the best option in the budget category. Yes, he's playing for Denmark, so there's no guarantee in terms of a clean sheet, but Denmark still has a pretty decent defense, and you would back them to keep it tight against a counter-attacking Wales team. He also has attacking potential, as we've already seen in the tournament, guys. Really, we have nothing to lose with him in the team, and let's go with him. On the bench, we have Pau Torres from Spain, who should start the game ahead of Eric Garcia alongside Laporte. Guys, he's another great budget pick who plays for a good defensive team. Spain generally don't concede a lot of goals, and the Croatia game could easily be a clean sheet for them. I feel it's not going to be a high scoring game, and my bet is on the Spain defender getting some points here. Guys, if you have the budget and probably even have your wildcard left, then you can go for Jordi Alba as well. He falls under the premium category, but you will be paying for a lot more attacking threat than Torres, so it just might be worth it. Now we also have Benjamin Pavard, who sat out the last game because of a potential injury, guys. I think he should be okay, and with doubts regarding Hernandez plus that premium price, I think Pavard would be the pick to go for. I know the likes of Kimpembe and Varane, they might be nailed, but they don't provide much in terms of attacking threat, so we have taken the risk here and gone for the higher upside pick. Other than these, if you're going for value, you can also look at the likes of Danielson from the Swedish defense, which is generally pretty tight. England also has a good defense, so maybe Stones or even Maguire can be an option. Guys, in case if you have your wildcard left, then you can probably also look at Gosens from Germany or even Meunier from Belgium if you're okay taking a bit of a risk. Both players have a tricky fixture, but since you have the opportunity to ship them out on your wildcard, I think it's worth a shot. In terms of a midfield, we have some really good options starting with KDB from Belgium. Guys, there's no chance that KDB is rested for this huge game, and we all saw what he can do from the bench as well. I feel he's going to be a popular option this week and almost a must-have as he faces a shaky Portugal defense who have shipped a lot of goals, guys, especially against the bigger teams in the group stages. Now we all know that he can score and create goals, and that really sits well when you have the likes of Lukaku to finish off the chances that he creates. I would definitely not go for Eden Hazard here, as he hasn't really done enough for me to justify his place in our lineup, guys. The other sort of a mid-range pick in midfield is Wijnaldum from Netherlands. Guys, he's done very well in the group stages so far. He's definitely looking like one of the best midfield players in the game right now. He plays in a much more advanced role for Netherlands, and it has been really suiting him so far. He's also recorded the highest number of shots in the box among all midfielders, and these are encouraging signs, guys. I think he's a very good option to go for, especially if you want to play it safe like me. Now guys, because we have these two high-priced midfielders, our other picks are a bit more budget, considering we're also going premium in attack. We have gone ahead with Sarabia, who put in a great performance against Slovakia, and I really feel that he should be safe to start the next game, guys. I mean, the other two picks are Torres and Olmo, guys, and I'm not really sure if any of these two picks will start. Guys, going with Sarabia is also a bit of a risk, as he's only just started one of the 3 games, but that 14-point haul was massive, guys, and probably has done enough to convince me to get him in my team. Now, another huge thing to note here is that he secured 5 big chance involvements in the tournament so far, guys, so he is heavily involved whenever he plays, and that's really a good sign. Our other budget pick is Berardi from Italy. Now, I think you won't find a better midfielder in terms of the price and the value he's offering. Not much is generally spoken about Italy's attack, guys, because the defense is so good, but Berardi has done really well for Italy so far. He's already got 2 assists from the 2 games in the tournament, guys, and Austria's defensive numbers are not encouraging at all. They've conceded 13 goals in their last 10 matches, so there is a chance that Berardi does really well. Honestly, guys, I prefer him over Insigne, as there is not a huge improvement with the upgrade. Insigne's overall attacking numbers are slightly better than Berardi, but it's not a lot, and I feel it's definitely not worth the upgrade. Guys, the final pick is Forsberg in midfield, and he's from Sweden. I'm expecting the Sweden-Ukraine game to be a low-scoring one. Again, it's not ideal, guys, because even if Sweden wins this round, their next game would be against one of Germany or England, which will be tough. But anyways, Forsberg is one of the best mid-price midfielders available as we head into the round of 16. Guys, he's on set pieces, including penalties, so he has multiple routes to points. Another very important thing to note here is that he gives an additional captaincy option on the last day of the match day, should all your other options fail. Guys, if you have your wildcard left, then you can also go for Kulusevski from Sweden, who is a 7 million midfielder, and he's likely to start up front after getting 2 assists in his short appearance against Poland. I think he's a bit of a risk in terms of minutes, so if you want to be 100% sure about Sweden, guys, then definitely go with Forsberg. Now guys, in case if you want to take a few more risks, then there are a lot of other options as well. You can take your chances with Bale or Sterling, who are around the 9.5 million price range. In case if you want to go a bit cheaper, then you have the likes of Perisic from Croatia, who's done really well in his last 2 games, or even Torres from the same fixture, guys, who's facing an aging Croatian defense. A German midfielder, probably Havertz, is another pick that you can go for, but let me tell you guys, It's a bit of a risk. Keep that in mind while building your midfield. Let's talk about our forwards now. As you can see, we've gone for 3 kind of premium picks here. Again guys, these are not the most expensive options out there, but still nowhere close to being budget. The template here includes a spot for an Italian forward. I think this is a pretty sound strategy. Italy looked really good in attack. Now Immobile will start this one ahead of Belotti, and I think he could have a really good game against a weak Austrian defense. Our second striker is Memphis Depay from the Netherlands. He can score goals, provide assists, and like KDB, can be quite a handy captaincy option for most weeks. Now Czech Republic has a pretty average defense, and I have a feeling that Memphis can do really well in this game. Quarters against Wales or Denmark also looks pretty good from an attacking point of view. Guys, I'm sure he's going to be in a lot of other teams for the round of 16, and he's one of the safest picks in attack. Now we've picked Benzema from the lot of French strikers, guys. To be honest, Mbappe and Benzema are both standout attacking picks for me, given the positions they're taking up, which definitely rules out Griezmann as an option. Guys, I don't think there's much between Mbappe and Benzema in terms of goal threat, but the latter allows for a 2 million savings and is also on penalties, and that is really good. I personally think that Mbappe is massively underperforming. He has had 4 big chance involvements in the tournament so far, guys, but he's yet to directly register a goal or an assist. So why not save the money and go for Benzema, right? Guys, in case you want to take a bit more risk, especially managers with the wildcard chip left, you can target the likes of Lukaku against a poor Portugal defense. He's definitely in the race for the golden boot, so his motivation will be sky high, guys. He's a bit of a risky pick, as you can't say with certainty that he will score even if Portugal is having a tough time containing the opposition attack. Now if you want to go budget, then Moreno is also a great option, guys. He's super cheap, he's played well so far in the tournament, and he can get a start against Croatia. There's still an element of risk involved, as Spain has few other options to go for as well. The fact that Croatia's defense is leaky is motivating, guys, but I still think most managers will play safe and go for 3 premium attackers. You can also go for the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo against Belgium. Now he has the ability to score against any team, guys, and he can be a great captaincy option as well. But personally, I would rather bet on Lukaku scoring against Portugal than Ronaldo scoring against the Belgium defense. I personally would avoid options from England, Switzerland, Sweden, and Ukraine, as I feel there are better options available elsewhere. Guys, let me know what you think about our round of 16 team. Do you feel we can have better players in this team? Who would you go for? Do let me know your thoughts. Now let's look at some captaincy options for the round of 16. We'll go day wise, starting with day 1. Now there are 2 fixtures happening on this day, and we'll get to know the lineups for at least one of them, so that is a good thing. I think both fixtures look pretty solid for some differential captain options. If you're targeting the first game, guys, then you can bet on Gareth Bale, who has looked quite decent in this tournament. Poulsen from Denmark is another huge differential, guys. Not a lot of managers will choose a captain from this game, so in case you are doing catch up, target this fixture for sure, guys. Personally, I like the Italian fixture a lot more. Now you have the likes of Immobile, who will start for sure. You can even go for Insigne or Berardi, guys, depending on who you have in your team. If you're willing to take a chance, then Spinazzola could also be an option, considering Italians are expected to keep a clean sheet in this one. Coming to day 2 captaincy options, guys, Netherlands have the standout fixture here, and I expect them to play a full strength squad. Memphis Depay is my standout pick among the Dutch lot. The point ceiling with him is quite high, and I really feel that he's a very strong option for this day. Guys, the likes of Wijnaldum and Dumfries are also there in case you don't own Depay or you want to do things a bit differently, but I would go Depay and seal those points. The other fixture on this day is Belgium versus Portugal, guys, and definitely not an easy one to call. If you want to go to Belgium, guys, then you can have the likes of KDB, who should start this important game. Of course, Romelu Lukaku is also there, and in fact, he slightly edges KDB in terms of captaincy for me. In case you have Ronaldo in your team and you trust him to do well, guys, then you can also go with him, but personally, I feel there are better options available elsewhere. Other than Ronaldo, I don't think there are any other captaincy options in the Portugal team, and let's move on. Now day 3 is another day where we have a standout fixture, guys. France is playing Switzerland, and both Mbappe and Benzema are really good options. Benzema for me just edges out, guys, as he's on penalties as well. I would not go for Griezmann, as he's not looked that attacking as the other 2 options. Also, France midfield or even their defense is a big no for me. Now coming to the other fixture of this day, guys, Spain is another team to target here, but I personally don't see a clear choice. I mean, it's tricky to figure out who will start first and then who can get the maximum points. I think it can be anyone, from Moreno, Torres, Olmo, or even Sarabia now. Guys, Croatia are definitely expected to lose this one, but in case you want to go for any player from the Croatia team, then Perisic looks to be the standout pick. Honestly, it's not the best fixture for captaincy, and I won't risk putting on the armband here. Now, day 4 also gives us a couple of options, guys. You can go for some players from the German team. I know England's defense is quite good, but the likes of Havertz could open up that defense, and he could be a great differential option on day 4. Now, from an England perspective, Sterling is maybe a decent shout, but personally, I haven't been that convinced with England's attack, and this game is another avoid for me. The last game that we have this week is Sweden versus Ukraine, guys. This is definitely a game to target in case you're looking to gain huge points. Isaac or even Forsberg are options against a Ukraine defense, which looks pretty average. Now, both are very risky in terms of captaincy, guys, but if I had to choose one, I would probably lean towards Forsberg. The other choice in this game is Yarmolenko, but Ukraine might find it tough to break the Swedish defense, and for that reason, I won't go for a Ukraine player. So these were our captain picks across the 4 days of the round of 16, guys. Who will be your captain for the round of 16? Let me know in the comments below. So that'll be all from my side, guys. I hope you liked today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you found it useful. Next, we'll be doing a deadline stream an hour before the round of 16 deadline. So in case you want any help regarding transfer moves, chip strategy, or anything around captaincy, make sure to join us for the round of 16 deadline stream. Just one more thing before we end this video, guys. If you like today's stuff, make sure to hit the like button, guys. You can also consider subscribing to get regular Euro 2020 updates and videos. Do lock in your teams on time before the match, guys, before the deadline. All the very best for the round of 16. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in Saners next time.